As you guys know, I have been living abroad, traveling the world for this October is going to be 4 years for me living abroad. And people say, Riley, are you homesick? What are the pros and cons of living abroad and living the international life? Well, honestly, one of the toughest things is it can get kind of lonely on the road. Sometimes you don't have all the time, you don't have your core group of friends around you. And so when NomadPlanet hit me up, it was like, hey, we're starting this new program where it's a group of digital nomads and everyone is traveling the world together. Every month we're in a different city and we're traveling the world as a group, but everyone's, of course, digital nomads working on their online businesses. I was like, yep, let's talk about that. I think that can provide some value to some people out there. So I got my main man, Carl, on here, and he is from NomadPlanet. What's going on?
How's it going, Riley?
It's going
How's it
good.
everybody?
So you're in China right now?
I'm in China. I've been living in and out of China around different countries about half the year for the last 10 years in China.
Okay, awesome.
You're 10 for me abroad.
Cool. Yep. So yeah, you've definitely been around the world once or twice. Do you have any idea how many countries you've been to, or?
I'm not one to really track it, but I think it's probably someplace in the range of about 50.
Wow.
Trying to probably not so many new ones each year. More like kind of settle down, living in a couple places.
Yeah.
I did a lot of when 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, I was kind of more changing place all the time. But now I'm kind of more settled down in a few different countries.
Cool. Yeah. So many people may already have heard of Remote Year, which is kind of the same concept. It's a group of freelancers and entrepreneurs and digital nomads, and everyone kind of nomads around the world together in one program. And so I'm going to pull up your website here and show that so people can look at it. And then, yeah, go ahead and tell us the story of NomadPlanet and how it's different than Remote Year, and yeah, what it's all about.
Right, absolutely. So NomadPlanet is basically a community of people who are working remotely. Some people working remote jobs, other people are freelancers, other people are solo entrepreneurs, and traveling to a different city each month. And we do a couple of things differently than other programs like it. First of all, in most of the cities when they're traveling from city to city, so let's say we start in March in Split, we go to Budapest, we go to Bucharest, Romania, then to Istanbul. So those are the first 4 months. And instead of just flying between the cities, we actually go by land, and we take the group on a trip through some interesting cities in between them. So for instance, between Budapest in Hungary and Bucharest in Romania, we go through Transylvania, and we spend about 4 days seeing all the highlights of Transylvania, the Carpathian Mountains. And when they finish up, so that's the transition there you're showing on the screen. When they finish up Bucharest in Romania, the next city is Istanbul, but in between we actually take them through the highlights of Bulgaria and then Eastern Turkey. And so that's one difference. The cost is also a bit different. So participants can join just for a single month without doing a second month and without traveling between the months. A single month for a shared room is $985, and for a private room is $1,485. And but if they want to join with a month plus a transition, so a month plus that half a week trip to the next city, that adds about $300 to it. So that would be $1,285 for a shared room if it includes the month and then the travel to the next month. So that's a lot less expensive than the other programs that are out there. And it has this transition experience where you're going from one month to the other, and you're seeing 3 or 4 additional cities that you otherwise wouldn't see, rather than just seeing an airport. So that's a couple of differences.
Cool, awesome. And just so people know, you were mentioning me before, the Remote Year there's like a $5,000 registration fee. How much is Remote Year? People are going to ask that.
Remote year is the initial payment is $5,000, and after that it's $2,000 a month. So we have no initial payment. We are just if you want to do a single month, it's just $985. If you want to do basically the month plus the travel, it's $1,285 for a shared room.
Cool.
And so that, yeah, so that's if you take that's someplace in the ballpark of 50% or 60% the cost of a remote year program.
Right.
Or a similar program like that.
Cool. Yeah, I do know one person who was on a remote year. And so, yeah, just to kind of recap what he said, guys, is you can do 1 month if you want. You can do 3 months. It's however much time you want to do. You can hop on and hop off. And for 1 month is about $985, and that just covers your apartment. And the $985 is for a shared apartment. So is this like a 2-bed room, or is this like dorm rooms, or what is this?
So they're all apartments. They're not dorm rooms. They're kind of apartments that you would see in the downtown part of the city, the nicer part of the city. And $985 is for a shared room. So you'd have one roommate. So if somebody's coming as a couple, then both would pay $985. If 2 friends are coming, they would pay $985. For a private room, it's $1,485 for a month. Okay,
so do you mean each person would pay $985 if they're a couple?
That's correct.
Yeah.
For 2 people would be.
Okay, or private rooms for $1,485.
$1,485.
Okay, cool. And then obviously, you got to pay for your own food and coffee.
Right. We do. Yeah, we do. We bring the group together once or twice a week for like a tour of the city or a meal. We have a welcome meal, a farewell meal, but yeah, normally meals are not included except for the welcome and farewell dinner.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then they do have some on your website here. You have some optional things.
Right.
You can pay for a co-working space.
Yep. So we make sure that there's a workspace in the apartment, and then we're also near the main library in the city. But if you want to upgrade, you can also get a co-working space. You can in some of the cities, like where in Latin America, for instance, we have an optional Spanish language class. You can pay for 10 hours a week Spanish language classes. But for the most part, the base is we have a staff there to help you adjust, the local staff, and then the housing and activities once or twice a week with the full group. And then if you're doing the trip to the next city, then that includes about a half a week of hotels and entrance tickets and all the travel between the 2 cities.
Yeah, that's great. I like maximizing that transitionary period between the cities to check out more places.
And it doesn't really add a lot of cost on, because otherwise you'd be paying $300 for a flight, and you don't have to pay $300 for the flight. You can pay $300 and visit 3-4 different cities in between.
Nice. So, okay. So yeah, group activities or whatever, group meetings or whatever, once or twice a week. But other than that, like I'm free to work wherever I want. Like it's not like everyone's working in the same place. Like
I mean, we pick cities with great public libraries. If you want to go to the library, you can. There's cafes, and then every apartment has a dedicated working space. And if you want, you can upgrade to a co-working space. But yeah, we know we want people who are working. We don't want people who are on a vacation. And so this is made for people. We have high-speed internet in all the apartments. We have a working space in all the apartments, and we're expecting people to come and want to be productive, keep advancing in their career while seeing a different city every month.
Awesome. So yeah, I think that's the gist of it. Everyone, you can go check it out at NomadPlanet.co. And the next round is starting in March. Is that
March
right?
2019. So yeah, so applications are due January 1st.
Applications are due January 1st. So of course you have to apply and cross your fingers that they will accept you. But yeah, guys, it's, a lot of people hit me up and they say, Riley, where should I go? Where should I start? Or how do I meet friends? And hey, here's me sharing this program. These things do exist. I'm sure it is quite the adventure. And yeah, there you go. Here are all the cities. You can see it at nomadplanet.co. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Go check them out. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys are thinking about it or have any questions. And I will relay that to Carl, and he will answer all you guys' questions. But yeah, sounds like a blast. Hopefully some of you guys take this opportunity. Sounds really fun.
Yeah, sounds great. Thanks a lot, Riley.
All right, cool, man. Talk later.
Bye.